What's going on, everybody? It's your man Lyndon Britt from successwithlyndon.com, also the founder of Home Run Marketing, where we cover all bases of your business. Let me cut some notifications off real quick. There we go. All right, so check this out. If you happen to be watching the recording of this thing, I just want you to know you might want to fast forward about 2 minutes, but I want you to know this before you do that. Think about this. How many of y'all have always been turned down by folks? I want you to think about today's title. Forget about them. Okay, I'll show you. All right, today is I'll show you. Richard Prince, what's going on, man? Good to see you hopping in this thing. We about to get this thing rocking and rolling. I got a message for all y'all, and trust me, Mr. Rich, I know you've heard this before. I know you have, nobody else. But if you happen to be watching the recording of this, fast forward about 2 minutes. This is where I'm going to begin giving the content and stuff like that. We've got a lot of people that are hopping on here. I appreciate you all. As you enter on, let everybody know where you're coming from. Once again, I love connecting new people. You never know who you get a chance to meet whenever you come in and you find out somebody's right down the street. So let us know where you're viewing from. I've seen people all over from Pennsylvania to the UK, all the way up to Canada and stuff like that. So I appreciate you all hopping on and watching the live. And today's message is going to resonate with pretty much probably everybody here, because everyone has experienced this at one time or another. I guarantee it. And I'm going to tell you something that's be able to help you advance in your business and your life if you take hold to it. So, straight from the house with you. Yes, ma'am. She says she's coming straight from the house. We're up here in Crowley, Texas. So let's see how much time we got. If we get a greeting to everybody, I got a couple more seconds and we're going to get this thing rocking and rolling today. If you all know the value that I give, I ask that you go ahead and hit that share button right now. Go ahead and hit that share button right now, because it's going to be a lot of people need to hear this. As a matter of fact, I'm finna share this thing right now as well. Before I get this thing going, let me share this out to a couple of places. Okay, come on. Share moving kind of slow. I mean, there we go. We're going to share this. And where are we going to share this to? We're going to share this. Let's go. We're going to share this in a couple of places. 1 second. All right, so we're about to get this thing rocking and rolling. Bam. Share that there. I'm going to do one more share. One more share. I hope you all, it's saying my connection is weak. Are y'all, is my connection weak to y'all? Am I not coming through very, very, very well? Let's see. All right. I'm just going to share this in one more group. All right, there we go. So let's go ahead and get this thing going. Miss Geisha, what's going on? Good to see you. Hope you're having a blessed day today. All right, so just to let you all know, you know how I do things, man. I've been led to be obedient to what the Word of God has told me, and I do my lives in a little bit of different way. So just to let you all know, so nobody send me messages. If this is your first time, once again, my name is Lyndon Britt from successwithlyndon.com, also the founder of Home Run Marketing, where we cover all bases of your business. And what I do, I love taking scriptures from the Bible and applying them to the message that I want to send you. Okay, so this is not me taking the Bible out of context. If this is your first time viewing, just letting you know, this is not me taking the Bible out of context. It's how I apply the Word of God to my business. I don't keep my business and my personal life and my relationship with Christ separated. I put everything together. So today I'm going to give you a message out of Luke chapter 9, verse 5. Okay, Luke chapter 9, verse 5. And this one is going to read. If you read the title, you already have somewhat an idea of what we're going to talk about. And I encourage you all to go look these things up for yourself. I want you to read this for yourself, because it may resonate with you in a different manner. All right. Luke chapter 9, verse 5. If people do not welcome you, leave their town and shake the dust off your feet as testimony against them. If people do not welcome you, leave their town and shake the dust off your feet as a testimony against them. Okay, now this is not saying anything bad. Okay, now if you go back and you read Luke chapter 9, you'll find out exactly what that's about. It was about God telling his disciples to go out and cast out all the demons and cure the diseases over the area. But we're not talking about that. I'm talking about how this applies to business. How many times in business have you gone to tell somebody about your business opportunity, or in life, if you tell someone, you give someone instructions and stuff like that, And people do not welcome your instruction. People don't welcome what you think. People don't welcome what you have to say and what you have to share. Guess what? It says, leave their town and shake the dust off your feet as testimony against them. Guess what? I'll show you. That's exactly the principle that I had to learn how to develop when I began marketing, when I began entrepreneurship and stepping into my own. Because so many people were stuck in the mind frame, you need to go to college, you need to get a job, you need to get a real job, because marketing isn't a real job. You can't make any money doing that. I heard it all. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you all have heard the same thing. And I was very discouraged when I first started, because I got so many people telling me what I couldn't do and what I shouldn't do. Okay. If you face those situations, understand, I'm telling you right now, if you're new in marketing, or even if you've been there for a while and you just kind of building up the tenacity to be able to talk to people on your own, understand that you're going to get a lot of people that give you some negative feedback, and your job is to brush that off your feet. It says, leave the town and shake the dust off your feet. In other words, y'all remember that Jay-Z song that came out several years ago? If you feel like go and brush your shoulders off, feel like you go and brush your shoulders, you got to brush that stuff off and keep going. I know you don't necessarily, it says use that as testimony against them, because that doesn't necessarily mean you putting voodoo on, hey, I wish bad things on them. What that means is I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. You got to stick that thing out. Okay, you got to stick it. If trust me, we went over this yesterday about the message I brought you yesterday, that people are looking for you to fail. People stick around just to watch you fail, so they can come back and say, I told you so. But your job, see, this lined up at the perfect time. What's going on, Miss Saprita? Good to see you hopping on, my girlfriend. But it came at the right time. If people do not welcome you, leave the town, shake the dust off your feet as testimony against them. You're going to have so many people that tell you can't do something. It's up to you not to believe them. It's up to you to prove those people wrong. That's why when I say I'll show you, how many times have you backed out of a situation simply because of the negativity that you receive from one or many other people? There's something that you want to do. Hey, I want to become a cheerleader. Hey, I want to become a professional this. Hey, I think I want to go down this avenue and do this with my life. Hey, I want to go to college and become a doctor or become a lawyer. Or because of the type of person you are, or the atmosphere, the area surroundings that you grew up in. The area that I grew up in, a lot of the youth, a lot of the kids around the area used to be told they weren't going to come in. They weren't going to amount to anything simply because of where we grew up. Simply because of where we grew up. Coming in from Maryland. Thank you very much. And you're very welcome for the tips. But simply because of where I didn't grow up in the best of areas. I didn't grow up in the worst of areas. I've seen much worse than what I grew up in. But the area that I grew up in a gang infested area where several gangs were streets from each other. So we would hear gunshots and we would hear feuds and stuff like this. It would be feuds and stuff like that one street over. And these were from people that I knew. I knew people from each one of those gangs, but I was blessed enough not to have a mindset to fall into that trap, to actually get in any of those gangs. And also thanks to my parents who actually raised me like that wasn't for me. And they taught me quite a bit. But a lot of those people in that area were told they weren't going to amount to anything. And guess what? Because a lot of them believed that and fell right into that trap of kind of believing what they were. Very few of them became successful at what they wanted to do. You got to have the mindset and the will. You got the mindset and the will to tell people, you know what? I'll show you. You tell me I can't do something, I'll show you. You got to understand what's going on, Mr. John. My wife says she wants to be an elf. She's short enough. I can't see her being any shorter. I'm just glad you don't have pointy ears. But you've got to have the mindset of your own to stick those things out. The Bible tells us right here, and for those that are just now hopping on, we're talking about Luke chapter 9, verse 5. If people do not welcome you, leave the town and shake the dust off your feet as testimony against them. People will not welcome your business opportunity all the time. People won't even welcome your friendship all the time. Understand that. Understand that everybody's not meant to be your friend. We talked about that yesterday as well. People won't even welcome your friendship. You can go and be the nicest of a person and introduce yourself to someone in the best manner you can. Some people are just closed to, they got that new Drake mentality, no new friends. Perhaps it may be people that already have something. Perhaps it may be people that already have something that you want, or even somebody that you admire. See, that's when a lot of people get to finding out the true side of something. Somebody get a little bit of money and you go to introduce yourself. Hey, how you doing? My name is so-and-so. I don't need any new friends. Whoa. That's not why I was introducing myself to you, but I'm glad you showed me that side of you. That's kind of how you got to be. And then guess what? You move right along. I found out, and pursuing professional baseball, the one thing I found out that a lot of professional baseball players, when you try to meet them, and this isn't just baseball players, it's athletes in general, some people just aren't friendly. They just aren't friendly. I'm not going to call any names as to which ones I've come close to meeting that total buttholes. You be like, dude, you're on a platform where so many people are looking at you, so many professionals, so many children are looking up to you, and you don't even have the audacity to acknowledge children, people who praise you. You're like their idol, and you don't even respond to them in a positive manner. Come on, man. You got to be better than that. But understand, everybody's not meant for that. And guess what? When I was told I was growing up, this was a kid, but this was something that resonated with me so much. I was in the 6th grade. I'll never forget it. I was in the my teacher's name was Mr. Frost, and he was asking everybody what they wanted to do. I was 6th grade, and I knew what I wanted to do. He said, "What do you want to do?" We got a lot of kids saying, "I don't know." He came to me. He said, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I want to be an architect." And he was like, "You know what an architect is?" I was like, "Yeah, I want to be an architect." He was like, "What's an architect?" A person that builds buildings. At that time, that's what I knew what an architect to be, a person that builds buildings. So I'm like, okay, I want to build some buildings. All right. So he said, and he looked at me, he said, "Guess what? You can't do that." And I was like, "What?" He said, "No, you can't do that." And I was like, "What do you mean I can't do that? How you tell me I can't do that?" And I was like, and he was like, "That's what society and that's what the world is going to tell you. You can't do that. It's up to you to prove them wrong and do something different." And I was like, you know what? He was exactly right. That stuck with me to this very day, that if I want to do something and I want to make it my goal to be able to accomplish something, somebody and everybody's not going to agree with what I want to do. That's why it's your journey. That's why it's your goal to accomplish some things. Everybody's not going to agree, and everybody's not going to run with you. But you got to understand, if it's something that you want, you're the person that's going to have to work for it. If you determine your goals based on someone else's opinion because you're trying to please someone else, you will never, ever get what you want in life. Oh, we got some new friends on here. What's going on, Miss Laura? Glad to see you hopping on. You say you're an architect of life. You build people. That's what I'm talking about. You build people. When you're an architect of life, I understand if I interpreted that correctly, you're an architecture of life, then you build people. Your job is to build people up. And I'm an architect of life as well. So this was just a message to let you know everybody's not always in your corner. Okay. Everybody, this went right. This was at perfect timing. I happened to see this one, man. Yesterday, I think where was I come from? Lamentations yesterday. And today I'm in Luke chapter 9. I don't have a specific pattern for finding messages for the day. I really don't. It's whatever God leads me to do. But this tied in exactly with what I was talking about everybody not meant to be in your circle, because some people wish bad on you. Today, you got to understand, those people that wishing bad on you, it tells you how you don't worry about them. Prove them wrong. Because like I said, while they're waiting for you to fail and you're consistently succeeding, guess what happens? I've told you on this one before, you've got an option to turn those haters into two things. They're either going to remain a hater or they're going to be a promoter. Okay? It goes right back into that message. Okay, if they're hating, they're watching to watch you fail, and they continue hating. And how do they turn into a promoter? What does a hater always do? They talk behind your back to other people. Now, if they're talking behind your back to other people, guess what? They're spreading the word about you and what you're doing. And if other people make their own opinion and they look at that and they realize what you're doing is actually changing lives, guess what? They're promoting what you're doing. A hater promotes you. They put that out more than they realize. So you have to understand, those haters are meant to be in your life to actually excel you, looking at it in a positive manner. People that tell you no, that say you can't do something, they excel you. They push you to those limits that you never thought that you'd be able to reach. Because if you're like me and you like proving people wrong, my whole goal is to be like, okay, I'm not going to look like the fool here. So I can promise you that. I don't care if it doesn't happen for me next week. It doesn't happen for me next month. And a year from now, when you ask me how I'm doing, I'm going to tell you I'm doing just fine. Everything is going great. And then it's not going to be a lie. Why? Because I'm going to be consistently pushing toward my goal. And guess what? And I'm doing it. I'm not doing it to prove you wrong. I'm doing it to prove me right, because I knew I could do it. I'm not doing it to prove you wrong. I'm doing it to prove me right. That's how I look at it. That's how you have to look at pursuing your goals. That everybody's not meant to be in your corner. Everybody's not going to back you up. But understand that once you continuously push and you make the things happen that you want to happen, it doesn't happen overnight. I'm not lying. I'm pushing toward a $10,000 a month goal right now. I'm pushing toward a $10,000 a month goal. What's going on, Marcus? My bad. Definitely going to make you go harder. Most definitely. But you have to have that. Excuse me. You have to have that ethic, that work ethic to go along with the goal that you want. See, a lot of people, they make goals, but they don't really have the work ethics to push toward those goals. You got to develop the work ethic. It takes work. I don't know one single person that said they wanted to make it to the NBA, the MLB, the NFL that was lazy. Not one. I don't care how talented or gifted they were. Loving the positivity, bro. Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, America. Good to see you too, by the way. But I don't know not one person that said they wanted to make a professional in anything that had a lazy mentality. I don't feel like working out today. The Olympics just happened. I don't know not one Olympian that more than likely took a day off. Why? Because they wanted to be the best. When you competing as an Olympian, you competing against the best in the world. If you think about the World Cup, FIFA, you are talking about the best players in the world from all over the world competing for one goal. You competing for one goal. See, the difference with the Olympics, you compete in different events. Different events. You can find the best in this, the best in that, the best in this. FIFA is one goal. You got a team of folks working toward one goal and working together. And I've got another live for that when we get to talking about team. That's going to be coming up, I'm pretty sure. The Lord leads me in different ways when he gets to talking about these lives. But they competing for one thing. And I promise you, when they worked as a team, they practiced 100% just as they did for the goal. You can't practice at 50% and go into a World Cup game playing at 100. It's not going to happen. Be up with the chickens and out as late as till the club closed. You know it. You know it. Up early all day and close, and there is no going to sleep. See, people that really push for it, they fall asleep working. A lot of people push for their goal, they fall asleep working. If you got an internet marketing business that you do, how many times I can ask you, like my guy John Riley, he's on here. My boy Marcus Washington was on here. My boy Prince, I'm pretty sure, an inventor. In mind. Matter of fact, and like I said, we're doing some things. You want to look at some things? Be looking for hashtag rethink branding. We got a lot of stuff coming for you in the future. You better believe it. But ask those gentlemen, how many times have they fallen asleep with their hands on the computer? How many times have they fallen asleep at the desk? How many times have they fallen asleep with a pen and paper and a pad trying to figure out what's my goals for the next week? What am I doing? What am I working towards next week? They're always leading. You always have the mind to push toward what you're trying to accomplish. And you have to have the correct mindset and understand that you got to shake the dust off your feet, just like it says, and use this testimony against them. So when they come back and they're laughing in your face, they don't even see. Some people, they don't even see it. They don't even see the success that you had because it's not plural. A lot of people that look... Let me put it like this, and I'm going to put something else to you, and I'm going to end this one. Matter of fact, if this is the value, throw me some thumbs up. If you agree with me, throw me some thumbs up, throw me some hearts. What's going on, Mr. Daniel Morris, the greatest musician I've ever seen in life? No kidding. No kidding. If you agree with me, throw some thumbs up and hit that share button, because it's some more people that need to see, need to hear this message. Say, my hubby woke me up last night from a laptop. That's what I'm talking about. The people that are working to accomplish things that they want to, they fall asleep doing what they're trying to get to. Okay. Now, understand this. Understand this. What people consider as success is a lot different, more than likely, than what you consider as success. See, success for a lot of people that are looking on the outside, they're on the outside looking in, they're on that glass looking in. You know how they wipe off the glass, make that little circle, and they looking inside? Success from them says the big $1 million house, the $500,000 car, the bank account that has several millions in it, the flashy stuff. See, that's what a lot of people on the outside looking in consider to be successful. They're very materialistic. But for a person that's truly working towards success, it looks totally different. When you on the inside looking out, you see all that and you're like, okay, my object of success is having 10 people that I help change their life. You know what? This person was struggling with paying the light bill last month, and I presented them with an opportunity or a way to be able to, and guess what? Now their light bill is current. They don't owe anything. Guess what? That person is thankful. And believe it or not, I talked about this before. When you are faithful to your disciples are faithful to you. And it goes for your business. Those people become very faithful to you. What's going on, Unc? Good to see you. That's my uncle, y'all, Freddie. All right, so, but it becomes very transparent to you what your goals are to be or what success means to you when you truly begin to walk in your purpose for that. All right. Like I said, success for them sees money, cars, houses, all that kind of stuff. So when they don't see you driving the Bentley or the Mercedes a year or two later after you started your business, the first thing they thinking, I thought you was doing the business, man. I thought you was supposed to be a millionaire by the time we saw you again. Guess what? I'm laughing at them saying, okay, you might say that. How many, and this is not to throw in, I'm not throwing shade at anybody, but it's those type of folks that want to say, okay, you just lost your job. What? You say you working where? You working where right now? Oh, so you went from this much to that much? Oh, okay. You say your family is in shambles. You separated with your, and you look at the folk, look at the people, and this is a lot of people that are successful people. They're in it to help other folks. The people that are throwing shade have some of the worst things going on with their life. They're unhappy with themselves and what's going on. They need to find a different avenue to direct their frustrations and unhappiness on. And that may just well be you because you're trying to do something to better yourself. Understand that. Your idea for success is totally different from what theirs is. So while they're looking at the materialistic things, I want you to look at the true things that you're really trying to value. My biggest question that was an eye-opener to myself that I asked last week, how many people are you trying to help before the end of the year? Don't focus on the amount of money that you want to make. Regardless of how many bills you got, how much stuff you want to pay off, you want to make a couple extra hundred, couple extra thousand, guess what? Forget all that. How many people do you want to help with your business? And I'm talking to my business owners. I don't care if I'm talking storefront or if I'm talking online. How many people do you want to help before the end of the year? Because the value that you provide for others will allow you to be able to make that income that you want to receive before the end of the year. And you will surpass it if you're not focused on your own selfish beings. Okay? Realize that. Think about that. He's an awesome motivation. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I'm speaking from a personal experience because my mentality was stuck on what I can get, and what I can get. What have I gotten and what can I get to? I stopped thinking like that. I want to provide something for other people to help change some folks' lives. My ultimate goal is to be able to help change people's lives. Period. If I see 4 or 5 people that I've helped change their lives in America, and I'm not speaking just financially. I'm talking about in personal counseling, folks that have possibly had problems with marriage. My wife and I, a lot of people look at my wife and I, we have the perfect marriage. We're going on 11 years in a few months, and I can count on one hand how many fights that we had. And I'm not talking about fish fights. I mean just those large debates where you don't talk to each other for days. I could probably count on 2 or 3 fingers. We might have had one of those early in our marriage. Other than that, we communicate about everything. So a lot of people come with us about marital stuff. Guess what? I can tell you how we got over it. I mean, you can't take the opinion of everybody because everybody doesn't have your best interest in mind. But if I help someone with their marriage, that's a success to me. If I help someone figure out how to make a few extra hundred, that's a success for me. I love working and customizing on cars for somebody else that having car problems and it's the only car in their family to be able to get their family around, and I'm able to help somebody get transportation. That's a success to me. Success is defined very different from the eye of the beholder than the person that is viewing the things. All right. So go out there and prove people wrong. Go out there and prove people wrong. So guess what? When it comes down to you, everybody's not going to believe. I'm going to read this one more time. Luke chapter 9, verse 5. Go read it for yourself. If people do not welcome you, which they will not. If people do not welcome you, leave their town and shake the dust off your feet as testimony against them. And this was actually, like I said, Luke chapter 9, this is in red print. So these are actually out of the mouth of Jesus Christ. And once again, this is me applying the word of God to my business. That's not what he was speaking about at that particular time. Like I said, you can go read that for yourself to find out exactly what Jesus was talking about. Okay. But that's how I apply the word of God to my business. That's the message for today. Everybody won't listen to you, but now it's time for you to prove them wrong. All right. It's time for you to prove them wrong. Go read that for yourself, man. Luke chapter 9, verse 5. Shake the dust off and prove those people wrong. Just say, I'll show you. Matter of fact, next time somebody throws a negative shade in your face, tell them, I'll show you. Tell them just like that and watch them laugh. But you do it with such sincerity and do it with such a smile on your face, just a grin on your face, not because you're frustrated. Because I'm the type of person that I smile and laugh when I get mad. I'm like, okay, all right. I get that aggressive laugh. You can do that too. But smile and say, I'll show you. And make it your point to prove to yourself that you can do it. Because you're going to have that 1% of doubt. And if you take hold of that 1%, that one thought of your mind that says you can't do it can kill an entire effort. Push that effort to the side, make it happen, and prove it to yourself that you can make it happen regardless. What's going on, Sean? Good to see you hopping in here. All right. So if this was of value to you, like I said, throw some shares, throw some thumbs up, throw some likes, some hearts. I don't care if you throw angry faces. Hit the button a couple times. I do that a couple times, trying to click too fast and get some angry face across. But if this was of value, there's a share button right next to the comment. I ask that you share this out and let people know your goals are your goals. Your goals are your goals, not someone else's. Okay? Don't let anyone deter you from what you're trying to do. All right. So if this was of value, like I said, share this thing out. If you're growing your business, like I said, you need help trying to figure out your goals. If a lot of people, I was listening to Todd Falcone yesterday, and one of the things he said, a lot of people were into goal setting. He said goal setting is so common when you begin to go through training. Somebody you hear, it's kind of just in one ear, out the other. Set your goals, set your goals, set your goals. Just goal setting. But goal setting is more talk than anybody else. He said instead of goal setting, do goal getting. Stop talking about what you're going to do and just do it. That's exactly falling line. I'll show you. Stop talking about what you do and go do it. Don't be a goal setter, be a goal getter. And that was for my guy, Todd Falcone, man. But if y'all found this of value, start working and going to get those goals. I'm about to hop out of here. But like I said, if you need some help and direction in setting and moving toward those goals, connect with me at www.successwithlinden.com. You can hop on my newsletter. If you like the value that I provide with the live, you're definitely going to love the newsletter. I go in a little more depth with personal situations in life that you can apply to your business to be able to change that mindset. If you tune into that kind of stuff every day, you can start believing that you can, and you stay in that belief mode until you reach what you want to reach. And you surpass it and you set up more goals. Just like right now, I'm on my second phase of my 90-day life change. And I could have ended it at day 90. So I made it through 90 days. I advanced rank. I got commission. I did all that. Guess what? That's gone. It's time for me to excel a little bit more. But I know if you love it. Hey, I love you too, man. See you later. But you all have a blessed and wonderful day. Connect with me at successwithlinden.com. Once again, if you hadn't gotten your ebook and started building your brand, and you're building your brand on Facebook, successwithlinden.com/ebook. It's still free. A few more slots open before I begin to charge for that thing. And it's all yours for free right now. And stay tuned. I've got webinars beginning next Thursday. I will begin hosting my own webinars next Thursday. Right now on Monday, I'm still co-hosting. This upcoming Monday, we have the continuation of the blogging series that Andy and I are doing. This past week, if you missed that one and you want the replay, let me know. One of the things we talked about are 12 different kind of blog posts that you can create. So a lot of people are thinking, oh, I only have to write, I only have a video, something like that. What else is there to blog about? 12 different types of blog posts that you can actually create content for your audience, for your target market. So if you want that replay, you're definitely able. Just let me know. Reach out to the connection. Say, hey, I want to know if I can get the replay for that. Let me know, and I will get that to you so you begin to find that content and begin to make use of that content. And also, like I said, next week, and I'll begin to do it. So I'll be doing a second webinar starting next Thursday. I'm setting things up right now, and I'll get that information to you all as well. All right, Benicia, good to see you hopping on. You have a blessed day, too. Yeah, we do need to connect, Miss Angela. And yes, we are in the same city, DALLAS. So it's great to see all my Dallasinians. All right, Jonathan, appreciate you hopping on. But you all have a blessed day.